and present with you the new insurance restoration manual. So typically, I know you guys are used to seeing me on the video here. We're trying out a new way to share our content with you. So without further ado, for everyone who has already pre-ordered the insurance restoration manual, you will be receiving your copy within the next 7 days. And for those of you who have not yet ordered, the pre-order now finished and we are now doing the regular price. This book still has a ton of value and it's going to help you and your business tremendously. A huge shout out to the Business 411 team, from our content writers, from our designer Kelly, who's also the COO, and everyone who has worked on this book. A team from graphics, every aspect, to bring you the insurance restoration manual, everything you need to know by Business 411. So to take a look at the book, some of the things that we're going to be including, what we're going to be talking about, we have the introduction to the restoration industry on this book, some of the restoration basics, the restoration process, the different strategies from working with a PA, retail, supplementing, lump sum versus line items, and strategies worksheets, everything that you should educate the homeowner on. Something just before we get into some of the specifics of the book, we're not suggesting any of these types of strategies. We're just providing you with the information, and from there you guys can make the decisions with all of the information necessary on what principles you're going to teach and implement within your business. So really what we want to focus on in this manual was educating everyone on some of the things that are commonly overlooked when working on insurance restoration claims. So some of the statistics we wanted to share with you guys that were very, very impressive is 1 in 20 homes a year has an insurance claim each year. So for every 20 homes, you have one home that has a claim. 1 in 35 homes has a property damage claim related to wind or hail. And 1 in 385 homes has property damage claim related to fire and lightning. So just think about those statistics. And then we went ahead and organized for you the states with the highest insurance premiums. Most of these, is due to hurricanes, hail, wind, a lot of storm damage in these states. Now, we wanted to map out and provide you with a reference to a map with some of the different types of natural disasters that may occur. As far as the industry issues that we're outlining here is we're just training your team internally with some of the things that they may face, and then we have some worksheets here for your new employees who will be joining your organization. So a really cool fact that not a lot of you may know is Benjamin Franklin actually started home insurance program in the early 1730s. So from there, obviously it's evolved into what we know as homeowners insurance today, but it did take quite a bit of time to get to that. Here we've outlined some of the differences between retail and insurance jobs, and some of the different insurance companies you can expect to work with on a claim, the different types of coverage levels. So what's the difference between ACV, RCV, or guaranteed replacement? And these are a lot of common terms that you know when you're working on the industry day-to-day on insurance claims. But when you're hiring someone new and you're trying to get them up and running and being able to answer some of the questions a homeowner may have, these are things that we recommend that you have them study. We did go ahead and expand our insurance claims glossary with all of the different types of terms someone working in the industry should know. So everything from indemnity, RCV check, non-renewal, what happens in the event of peril, personal property, pre-loss condition, all the different types of roof shapes, what's exactimate, what's reservation of rights, things like that. Some of you have some mixed emotions about adjusters, but it's important to know what are the types of adjusters and what they're responsible for. So we have an insurance adjuster, an independent adjuster, a field adjuster, a desk adjuster, and a public adjuster. We did include a nice little cheat sheet for you to customize for your company with the different types of insurance companies you work with in your area, popularity, and allowing you to rate them and make any fun notes. What's another thought to consider here when we do provide you with insurance restoration manual, is branded to your company specifically. So everywhere you see the Business 411 logo and all the different colors within are going to be customized specifically for your company. So this is the restoration process overview for the typical roofing company, from storm response, pre-inspection, inspection, photos, documentation, reporting, closing, filing the claim, meeting with the adjuster, and claim approval. So we did go ahead and talk about storm tracking here. Some of the benefits storm maps may have: allow you to respond quicker, expand your coverage. They give you some of the important evidence and claim evidence you may need. And here is the insurance process overview, how to inspect and file, adjust and approval, and actually work beginning. And everything from storm response on the first day with the inspection offer or any kind of offer you'd like to add in here. Storm response week 1 strategy and the pre-inspection outline. I'm not going to go too deep into this area because we do want you to purchase the book and find out for yourself. The inspection toolkit, which goes over all of the items that we recommend and your team must prepare themselves with to complete a thorough inspection, and what is the types of damages you should also document besides the roof to actually submit the claim with evidence of a storm prior to the date of loss. So performing an inspection, the material inspection, the structural inspection, how do you know the drainage is properly operating, the ventilation, workmanship, and attic and interior inspection as well. Wind damage guide, I absolutely love this. These are very common things in our industry. Anything from shingle cracking and curling to dislodged shingle, metal panel damage, missing and cracked tiles, missing shingles, and damaged gutters. For hail damage guide, we did go ahead and include some examples of the measurements and sizes of different types of hail damage that may occur, and how that hail damage may affect the material. So how does that affect a shingle versus metal, tile, slate, and shake, to how to perform a test score. This is clear documentation that will allow any of your new employees to get up to speed very quickly, and some of your older employees may be commonly missing these areas anyways. We do have the guide here to how to perform a brittle test, from documentation, lifting the shingle, and release adhesion. The photo documentation guide is really important because it's important to know what photos you need to actually submit. It's important for your sales reps to take these photos on the first inspection. That way you're not having to go over and over again to just get the basic photos that you need. So here's the before photo checklist, the perimeter, and all of the slope photos that we recommend. Some of the details, so to help with organization, work one slope at a time, documenting damaged areas. Here's an example of some of the things that we're including here. Documenting the accessories on the roofing system, the gutters, siding, attic, interior. Interior is extremely important for active leaks documentation. And how to prepare documents and contracts. So this is only sample contracts, and these are not available for immediate use. We are only providing you with the examples for what you need. Again, this is a huge disclaimer at this point. And also, we're not recommending which one you should use in what order. We're simply providing you with the information at this point of what's available in the industry, which would be a service agreement, an AOB, a direction of pay, a letter of representation. Recommend consulting an attorney or someone specific to your area when it comes to actual contract language. The claim report, what does it include? Some of the basic information with the scope of work, measurements, inspections, documentation, all of your local regulations. We highly recommend having all of your standard local codes documented and available each time you're submitting a claim. All of the roof system info, overhead and profit, and additional evidence. And here is the guide of using Xactimate. So some of the Xactimate training and certification levels. Some of you may have level 1, level 2, level 3. Here's how we have building an estimate and reviewing the line items. And we've broken down some of the line items and why they're important to include on an estimate. So this is all for training purposes. And we've broken that down for you guys with some of the common roofing abbreviations. We want to make sure that we're going to the adjuster meetings with a clear headspace and good intention. So we do want to make sure that we're starting your team with a positive background when it comes to working with adjusters. We're teaching them how to review the scope of work, reviewing all of the different line items, the overhead and profit, RCV, depreciation, deductible, ACV, non-recoverable depreciation, total amount of claim if incurred, etc. And then here is where we allow you to really customize it to your process. Remember, everything else that we've provided you in this area is just general industry knowledge, and you're allowed to apply this to your company however you would like. It's just things that should be known, and it's very hard to find this kind of information in a very easy, low-cost, affordable way. And the great thing about Business 411 is we're really focused on getting this type of content, but most importantly, branding it to you. So every purchase of the Insurance Restoration Manual will come with your company logo and information. From there, we're going to go to alternative processes you may be familiar with and working with. So the public adjuster process overview, qualify, scope of work, filing the claim, and claim decision, and then all of the sub-steps within that process. So the most important thing is to know the expectations of what the relationship is with working with a PA and when you should work with a PA. Some of the public adjuster education, common issues on the claims process when working with a PA, and the pros and cons of working with a PA. So we have a couple of industry issues we've addressed here that are very common. We have the supplementing process overview, claim decision, re-report, and approval, and then supplementing education. These are really important, the homeowner education points, because when you're working on insurance claim, the homeowner is really your ally to make sure they're getting what they deserve, ensuring you're going to be able to do the best quality work, and making sure that they don't have to invest additional out of pocket unless absolutely necessary. From there, we have an entire area focused on homeowner education. We all know how important it is to be on the same page with the homeowner and when it comes to working on insurance claims, because they are your ally. They're the ones who need to be indemnified. They're the ones who have been affected by a natural catastrophe at times. So all of the work that you're doing is very important, and we want to make sure that you can coach the homeowner on the value that you're bringing to them. This is honestly the most important area for employee training, is the homeowner education on the insurance restoration process. So here's one of the common objections when the insurance company tells them they need to get 3 bids. We have solutions here for you to coach the homeowner on not getting those 3 bids and working with you and choosing you to be their ally and their contractor of choice. Other objections that you may encounter, and that's it for today. So if you have any questions, we are here to guide you through the process. Just to recap, if you've already ordered this manual, you're going to be receiving your order within the next 10 days for the digital, and for the physical actual manual, we're going to see that in about 14 days with all of the back order that we have now from our pre-order purchases. For those of you moving forward after next week, if you place your order, you can expect to see your book within 48 to 72 hours. And if you have any questions, make sure that you message. You can also visit business411.com and work directly with our team. We're so grateful for the opportunity to continue to serve our community and create more educational content. We will be releasing a book very soon, again, on more topics. If you have a topic you'd like to see, make sure you comment it below. Have an